This is James Speaks, episode 1-04, multiple choice, January 26, 2017. What do you say when someone asks, "How are you today?" Most everyone will say, "Fine, thanks," and perhaps, "How are you?" To which the answer will likely be, "Fine" or "Good." Well, it's what is known as polite, courteous small talk. It shows you care, but you really don't want to know the full expanded answer. It's the lesson we've all learned. You don't have to express every thought and emotion that arrives in your head all at once. I suppose that's why I do this. It's my way of letting off a little steam, opening that pressure valve a little. It's cathartic. Well, this morning we stopped at our local Tim's for our morning cheat: pretzel bagel with cream cheese, double double, maple dip donut. And when I got up to the counter to give my order, I suppose I was still a little cloudy, and my order came out as, "May I double pretz." The woman taking my order could practically tell me what I was ordering. It's a regular thing. Well, she smiled as I said, I'm sorry, all of the words came out all at once, just not in the right order." Well, I don't know if anyone out there experiences it, but whenever someone asks, "How are you?" or "What's up?" I will say, "Fine," or "Nothing much," out loud. But in my head, I say, "Well, the arthritis I have in my thumb is acting up. I have to remember to call Wayne today. And I'm sad about Russ and Mary dying, but oh crap, it's raining. Nice spring we're having." Well, sometimes I mess with people and I start to do that. Well, I may or may not have had a pint or two by that point. Lately, there has been a lot of things going through my head, and they aren't all happy flowers, colors, spring rainbow sort of things. There's also a sad, mournful side to it, too. 2 weeks ago, I got a text which ultimately led me to a job. Yay! I begin next Monday, by the way. I hadn't received anything from unemployment yet, so I'd been living off of savings for over 2 months. Then I found out another friend has cancer. What the hell? And last week I heard that an announcer at the first radio station I worked at had passed away. And then yesterday, Mary Tyler Moore passed away. But then last night, we went to see Breakfast at Tiffany's on the big screen. And I came away happy. I mean, watching the beautiful Audrey Hepburn for 2 hours will do that to a guy. I'll tell you more about the job once I've experienced it. Again, I start next Monday. But right now, I want to talk about the announcer at the radio station. And don't worry, I won't bring you down. Russ Thompson was his name. Most of the people will know him. They've heard him on CKEY, CKFM, and where I met him at CJEZ, Easy 97. Russ was one of the nicest guys. He saw that I was a newbie, and he was very welcoming. When I first started at the radio station, I worked overnights. I began at midnight and worked until 6 a.m., playing large reels of elevator music while throwing in the occasional pre-recorded station ID or weather report. I didn't see much of him in those days, but we would occasionally cross paths if I chose to hang around until 9 a.m. or so, which I did occasionally just to see how the other half lived. And after a fortunately short time, I found myself working an earlier shift, 4 p.m. to midnight, and then eventually, the one prior to that, the treasured 9 to 5 shift. It was then that we really got to know each other. I would occasionally sit in with him while he was on the air. We would chat, share jokes, and tell stories of what we did that weekend or saw on TV. One memory stands out in particular, and I'm really glad it's in my flashback memory hopper. Easy 97 was a unique radio station. It was an easy listening, beautiful music oasis in a sea of pop and rock music. How unique? Well, they played instrumental covers of the easy listening hits that your parents listened to. Did you like the orchestral background in the latest movie? They played a version recorded by an unknown flautist. Instrumental, instrumental, instrumental. Well, those of us behind the scenes used to joke that the only time you heard a vocal on the station was when it was accidentally played. And no guitars, nothing upbeat. I mean, ABBA was considered too progressive. One day I was sitting in with Russ, and Russ was the most mellow guy you could ever encounter. The easy listening pace seemed to suit him to a T. Russ was cool. You know how some people will roll an R when they speak? I can't even do it. Well, Russ was so cool, he could roll an M. So, we're sitting and chatting, and Paul Moriarty's orchestra is on the air, playing something like Love is Blue, and Russ turns on his mic and says something like, Gerardo's easy listening favorites. This is Easy 97. He starts the next piece of music and turns off his mic. And we start chatting. About 10 seconds goes by, and then we both stop, our ears tweaking to the on-air sound that we're hearing. Well, it seems as though he selected track 8 instead of track 9 on the compilation CD that he played. Instead of playing an instrumental version of Sweet Caroline, he selected Aerosmith's Janie's Got a Gun. Well, before doing anything, he turns to me and says, James? And I say, yes, Russ. And he says, I think that's the wrong song. And I said, Russ, I think you're right. Well, without rushing, he turns to the control board, lowers the level of the song, and then plays the next CD that he had already and correctly selected. He turns to me, smooth as can be, and says, let's not do that again. And I reply, good idea, Russ. Every once in a while, I pull on that memory and just have to smile. Thanks for the memory, Russ. Remember the good times, everyone. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.